Across swathes of southern Ukraine, the fields are sown not with crops, but with landmines. Telltale plastic ribbons mark danger zones where mines and unexploded munitions lie. And yet, some are busy churning up the ground. Cereal farmer Volodymyr was injured last week for the second time in 5 days when his tractor ran over a mine.
This war is never ending.
Despite the risks, Volodymyr says he can no longer afford to wait.
It's fine, it's fine. The next day I went back to work. Of course I'm afraid, everyone's afraid, but we have to do it. It's scary when we're working in the fields. It's scary on the way there and on the way back.
Until October last year, this village in the Mykolaiv region was on the front line of fighting. Now local farming communities are trying to rebuild their homes and their livelihoods. Ivan's farm was looted by occupying troops. His destroyed vehicles lie next to Russian munition cases. But he and his workers haven't waited for the authorities to clear the land.
We bought metal detectors and we walked through the fields, 5 to 6 meters apart, and just kept going. From a field of 30 hectares, we would collect a trailer full of shells. When there are tank shells and Grad rockets lying in the ground, it's not as dangerous as those where they laid anti-tank mines.
Taking the task of demining literally into their own hands, these farmers have harvested spent and unexploded munitions, clearing just over half of their 700 hectares to sow whatever crops they can, although it's already too late for this year's wheat season. Seeds bought on a loan. Ivan is fervently hoping he can pay back. Despite his efforts, much of his land is still unviable.
Things will be all right if the fields are demined this summer, because in autumn we have to plant again. And in 1 or 2 years, the mines will sink deeper and deeper into the soil. Then when will we be able to demine? It will be much harder to find the mines.
And unlike Ivan and Volodymyr, other farmers haven't dared to risk their lives and return to their ploughs, so some 3/4 of the fields in this area lie untended. Before the full-scale Russian invasion of 2022, Ukraine was the world's 4th largest grain exporter. And here in the south, this was prime agricultural land. But now, for the second year running, most of the fields here aren't being sown.